Hello everyone, with all the events going on inside the game, there's really not a lot to cover about them. Obviously, spend some gems, do some summons, log in every day, it all seems to be pretty straightforward. So instead, we're going to be going over a hero spotlight. Today, it will be FLETA. If you've ever gone into battle before and seen those glowing blue pickaxes, you know what a pain FLETA can be. Her active skill, Ravage, is a annihilator in its own, pretty much doing a massive amount of damage to your hero with lowest hit points. Right now, I still only have mine at 9 stars, so she's hitting for 235% the attack, but eventually it'll cap out at 255% attack. But that's not all. Even the normal attacks will be hitting that hero with the lowest hit points, and it's a little bit less, about 135% your attack. And this is something that it will also remove a buff. Now, every hero pretty much going to have a buff on them anyways, but when one of those buffs is removed, she'll be getting an additional 8% in dodge. And this stacks up to 5 times for a total of 40% dodge. If that doesn't sound like a lot of dodge already, well, when she gets under 50% health, her skill Mad Slaughter is going to give her an additional 50% dodge. Now I know what you're thinking, 40 plus 50, there's 90%, but usually these Habby games work a little bit different. They're not an additive type calculation, there's more of like a multiplicative, and it's a little bit confusing, but figure when you see about 90% from adding 40 and 50, it's actually usually something more like between 60 and 70%, but still a lot of dodge. Now I haven't actually done the testing myself, but just about every single other game we've played by Habby, it's all the same. So I would only assume it's probably the case with here, otherwise we probably wouldn't see it stacking up this high. If you're ever talking with anybody about your team formation and there's a FLETA on the enemy team, it's one of the first things you hear people say is try to get rid of that FLETA first. The passive skill Defense Mechanism is going to give an additional 13% attack every time an ally dies. And this says up to 5 times. You're probably thinking, oh geez, there's only 5 of us out there. How does that work? Well, we also have it where a lot of heroes are known for dying and reviving. This will count towards it too. When it comes to the Awaken skill, this one can be a little bit tricky because it says that you're going to heal yourself and get an attack buff for 1 turn when killing an enemy. This has to be specific to FLETA. When your allies kills a hero, it's not going to count. She's not going to get that buff. So when it comes to her runes, there's no real stat out there that's saying like, oh, you know, based by her attack percentage, you get this. She's pretty well open for having any type of rune on her. Obviously, an Onslaught is going to do pretty good on her. I actually have a dodge on her right now just to see how much I can avoid those hits. Obviously, anybody with accuracy out there could change that real quick. But I'm even thinking that a Rune of Fatality might be a good one to throw on here just to get that crit rate, really get those high damage numbers out there. I'd really like to see her have something offensive for a rune versus something defensive, but that's just me. And like I said, I only have this at 9 stars, but I can't wait to get it to 11 stars to unlock the engraving because this is where she will get some energy for killing heroes. But the big thing she can get when we get that upgrade is she'll be getting a damage immunity shield. So she's already annoying enough to kill with all that dodge out there, but just imagine a damage immunity shield out there to make it even worse. You hit her, you're not doing any damage, and she's just around creaming all your troops. So curious to know if you guys are using FLETA in your army. If you're trying to get a hero to 20 stars as fast as possible, you might want to take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.